Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
What's good, y'all? It's your man, Hezo, and welcome back to the Blacktop. I always got next, you feel me? So I know some of y'all are probably wondering, Hezo, where the hell you been at? Well, as y'all know, I had my bachelor party this past weekend, and right before my bachelor party, I got sick as hell, and I was sick for 3 days. I was in Atlanta this past weekend for my bachelor party. I went to the Pacers game, had a great time. So we back now, back with the recaps, and it feels good to be back. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Drop a like on the video. We got a lot to get into for this recap. So let's get right into it. No Jared Allen on this one for the Cavs, and you could tell that was a big difference. If he plays, it may have a different outcome tonight. Atlanta pulls out the W at home in a game where it was really back and forth for most of the game. It was just a battle until the end. This game started out, Evan Mobley got going offensively for the Cavs. They jumped out to a quick 10-point lead. Trey had some sloppy turnovers early on. He did not have a great game offensively overall. He hit some big shots, later in the game in the second half, but he just did not have a great game overall. Had a lot of turnovers. I think he finished with like 6 or 7 turnovers on the night. But this was a DeJounte Murray game, man. He is finally back after playing so bad recently. He finally had an efficient game and had some big plays down the stretch of the ball game. I'm gonna talk about that here in just a minute. But the biggest surprise of this game, I feel like, was Vic Krejci getting actual rotation minutes over guys like AJ Griffin and Garrison Matthews, who Garrison Matthews had a very hot shooting night against the Pacers on Saturday night, the game that I was at. He doesn't get into the game, and AJ Griffin does not get into the game, and instead, Quinn Snyder decides to run with Vic Krejci. Very, very questionable coaching decision. I mean, it is what it is. He didn't really do anything. I don't even know if he attempted a shot. It is what it is. I'm not going to really elaborate too much or really speculate too much on that coaching decision. DeJounte really led a Hawks run in the second quarter, and it seemed like the second quarter has been very, very good to the Hawks against the Cavs. We had a dominant second quarter. Last time we played them, I think it was like a 48 or 49-point quarter last time we played the Cavs, and DJ was hitting shots all night long. Led the Hawks into a big run, and the Hawks were up 8 going into the half. Now, the second half, man, was really where things started to get interesting. It was just constantly a game of runs the entire second half. Cleveland came out the gate, went on a quick little run led by Donovan Mitchell, who had a huge night. And I mean, huge night. This man almost dropped 50 and was just getting whatever he wanted. It didn't matter who was guarding, whether it was Dre, whether it was DeJounte. He was getting whatever he wanted. He was on fire all night long. And shout out to Donovan Mitchell, man. He's just a straight hooper, man. I don't even know what else to say about this dude. He's just so fun to watch. But DeJounte continued to carry Atlanta's offense in the second half when they were really struggling to get other guys going. Again, Trey did not have a great game. Dre really struggled from the field shooting tonight. The Cavs went on a huge mid-third quarter run. It was like a 13-0 run to take the lead back. And then Atlanta, boom, get the lead right back. And Double O comes into the game, and I got to give a shout out to my boy Double O, man. He really had a hell of a game tonight. And that, again, you could point at the fact that Jared Allen did not play. Maybe he doesn't have this type of game if Jared Allen does not play, but he really was getting whatever he wanted out there, was living at the free throw line. I think shot 12 free throws, was like 11 for 12 from the free throw line, was crashing the glass, was blocking shots, was pretty much just eating inside. And Double O was a huge reason why Atlanta was able to get this win tonight, even though he didn't play down the stretch of the ball game, which was very, another questionable coaching decision from Quinn Snyder, which he should have been in the game really the entire fourth quarter because he was just outplaying Clint all night long. Hawks go on another run to close out the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, midway through it, Cavs go on another run. It just seemed like it was just run after run after run. One team would take control, the other team would take control. It was just back and forth with runs, man. And then Donovan Mitchell just continued to cook. But even through that almost 50-point game that Donovan Mitchell had, DeJounte came up huge in the clutch down the stretch of the ball game. He got fouled in that 1-3 that the Cavs decided to challenge on. There wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. I think he made all 3 free throws, and then he hit that huge, and I mean huge bucket over Karis LeVert from the mid-range. And it was just a great execution from DeJounte and even Trey down the stretch of the ball game, because Trey, even when there was about 9 seconds left, when we were up only, I think it was what, 1 point? Yeah, we were up 1 with about 9 seconds left. Throw the ball into the backcourt, and Trey eluded Darius Garland and ran about 6 seconds off the clock. The Cavs were out of timeouts. He did miss a free throw, and Trey missed 3 free throws tonight. Very unlike Trey. He's really missed some free throws here and there. He's had games where he's missed 2 to 3 free throws, and it's just unlike him. He doesn't do it often, but it does happen. Again, it was not Trey's night offensively shooting the basketball, but Atlanta was able to make plays down the stretch of the ball game. Donovan Mitchell missed a step back 3 earlier I think it was with a minute left in the game or whatever it was, and then he missed obviously the half court heave to tie the ball game, or actually to win the ball game essentially. And Atlanta comes out with a huge dub to get back to 500 and it seems like for the 500th time this season. We just win loss, and that's just been the recipe all season long. So I'm gonna get into my final takeaways for this game, and I only have 2. And number 1 was the resurgence of DeJounte Murray. He really had a nice bounce back game. Has not played well really since the Portland game, and he had a great bounce back game. Finally shot the ball well, was hitting the 3. He got fouled on a couple and 1 threes, which was a beautiful sight to see. His mid-range was falling. He wasn't really playing a lot of defense, but he had a really nice bounce back game. Finished with 29 tonight and shot the ball efficiently. And this is the DJ that we need going forward if we're gonna make a playoff push to get to stay in the 7-8 range, so that we only have to win 1 playing game to squeeze into the playoffs. Now granted, I don't think we're going to win a playoff series, but that's neither here nor there. Great bounce back game from DeJounte tonight, and we really need to see that, and it was just a great thing to see. Now number 2 was the impact of Okongwu. Double O has really been great as of recent. He's just doing a little bit of everything. He's crashing the glass. He's getting buckets inside. He's making his free throws. And he's really just outplaying Clint Capella consistently, it seems like, as of recent. And I've been very critical of Okongwu in the past. I changed my mindset, man. I really think that Okongwu is the starting center for this team going forward. He's really earning more and more minutes as the season progresses and comes to a close. And I really like what I'm seeing from Okongwu, and I think he's just going to continue to build on his game this offseason, extend his offensive range, maybe bulk up a little bit to where he has a little bit more muscle so he can crash the glass a little bit more and get a little bit stronger inside. Okongwu has played great basketball, man, and he really should have been in the game towards the stretch of this ball game. He came out like midway through the 4th quarter, and Clint Capella came back in the game. Quinn Snyder really should have stuck with Okongwu, because I really feel like he was making so much more of an impact, at least tonight, and really as of recent. And shout out to Double O, man. He's really played great, and I'm really excited to see what he can bring to this Hawks team next season and going forward in the future. So I'm gonna pretty much leave it there, man. Not really too much more to go into for this recap. Not a super long recap tonight. We got about, I think, 6 games left in this season. It would be great to close the season out on a 6-game win streak, but that probably realistically is not going to happen. I won't be surprised if we come out and lose our next game, because that's been the pattern. Again, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. That is what we have seen all season long. We are just consistently hovering around 500. We fall a game under 500, and then we get a game over 500. We're at 500. It's frustrating, man. It really is. I don't know what Hawks team to expect night in and night out. Everybody's got to get on the same page offensively. It seems like when one of our guys goes off, other guys struggle. When Trey goes off, DeJounte struggles. When DeJounte goes off, Trey struggles. Dre hasn't been great recently. He's been kind of shooting the basketball, kind of struggling shooting the basketball recently. But really, Double O has been probably the most consistent. Him and Sadiq Bey. And Sadiq Bey had a pretty solid game tonight. Didn't really shoot the ball relatively well from 3, but him, Bogey, and Double O really have been leading that bench unit, and really gonna have to lean on that bench unit going forward. Come this, this play-in run, hopefully we can squeeze in as a low seed, and again, probably losing 5 games. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think, and y'all are probably gonna disagree with this, but I would much rather miss the playoffs and have a 1% chance at getting Vic than to losing like 5 games in the first round, man. There's just no sense in getting just dominated in the first round. I'd rather just miss the playoffs entirely, learn from the mistakes, and get better going forward, make adjustments in the offseason with a full offseason and full season next season going forward with Quinn Snyder. But who knows? That's probably not going to happen. I do see us making the playoffs, but I just don't see us getting out of the first round, as much as it sucks to say. We're not going to beat Milwaukee or Boston, so what the hell's the point? We're going to probably lose in 5, but Y'all may disagree with that, but I'm a realist at the end of the day, man. Y'all leave your thoughts down in the comments. What did y'all think about overall for this game? What do you think about this, going forward for the rest of the season? How we're going to close the season out? Where we're going to finish in the playoffs? Drop a like on the video, and I will catch y'all next episode.